Hi guys, welcome back to another Genshin Impact video. In today's video, we're gonna discuss everything about Yae Miko's nerf. Hoyoverse aka Mihoyo said it's not a nerf, it's just like small bug fixes regarding her elemental skill. I don't know about it. I am really a Yae Miko enjoyer. I do love everything about her. I do play her pretty much a lot, and I'm just gonna show you real quick. My Yae Miko is 80 out of 90. I'm currently waiting, maybe she's gonna be buffed. So we're gonna push her even further than that. She's using the Wit set level 90, Artifact set, Emblem of Severe Fate, and Thundering Fury. This is what she has. Flower, Feather, Sands, and Goblet. And the Circlet is here. Constellation C0, Talents 8, 9, and 9. And yeah, I'm really surprised about her getting a slight nerf, or a little bit more nerf than we kind of like to see it. I think our queen didn't deserve that. One of my complaints was actually that I don't like that she gets interrupted when she's using elemental skill. You know, this Sakuras are now targeting the nearest opponents, and if the opponent has like a shield, like Hilichurl with a shield, it's really devastating. So, and people that have been paying money for her and have her more than like C2 constellation, it's really problematic because constellation C2 is attack range increased by 60%. So we're gonna discuss everything about Yae Miko today, what people think, people's feedback, players feedback about her. She is, in my opinion, and like every catalyst, she needs some range, right? And if you kind of nerf her range, what is the point of it? So she's a catalyst, right? You kind of use if you want something else for some close combat, but she should be a person that deals a lot of damage from a further distance. This is what is the point of the catalyst in the first place. So yeah, look how pretty she is. I love it. She cute. Okay, so this is what Genshin Impact said on Twitter. It was yesterday. They're saying, regarding Yae Miko's targeting mechanism. Greetings, dear travelers. Since the version 2.6 update, we have made a series of adjustments to the enemy targeting mechanism in Genshin Impact to optimize the gameplay experience. And then they put the article regarding that. But first, let's see what Twitter people are saying about it. They're definitely not happy. I am not happy with it. I am really like my Yae Miko, and I would like that she's getting a buff, not like this kind of a nerf. Apologies incoming. Some people say, this guy said, can you just leave her alone? Like, if you're not going to buff her, don't nerf her. For extra context, attack range increasing by 60% made her random attacks spawn a wider attack range. Her new update changes is so that it attacks the enemies closest to the totems. The 60% attack range doesn't matter anymore. So C2 is completely out. This guy says, change it back or give the people who got her to C2 our money back, cause now the constellations is literally useless. This guy said, you know why I believe they did this nerf? Because if you add Ayato and Yae on the same team, the electric charge damage using her burst and Yae's E would be too strong. There is also a showcasing of what is going on. So you place her Sakura totems in, and if Hilichurl has a shield, no damage whatsoever. And that's a big issue. So what they said here. They are saying adjustment to the mechanism by which enemies are targeted, and second, mass optimization to character enemy selection logic based on one aimed at fixing targeting issues. They said the reason for this series of adjustment is that during version 2.5, they received a substantial quantity of feedback on combat experience issues from players using Yae Miko. My personal complaint when they have been asking is about, I was complaining about her getting interrupted when she's using elemental skill. I would rather that she is something like Raiden Shogun, gets not interrupted when she's using her skills, and I would say that would be a nice small buff to her kit. So they said the main issue affecting experience was that it was unclear how Yae Miko targets enemies. In fact, this negative experience was caused by a combination of issues with both enemy and character targeting logic, and affected other enemies and characters besides Yae Miko. For this reason, after gathering and monitoring feedback over a period of time, we arrived at the current optimization plan, namely adjusting the mechanisms by which enemies are targeted while also adjusting the targeting logic for multiple characters. The goal of this sweeping update was to ensure that characters can correctly attack certain large enemies and to make their attacks easier to control. This plan includes a fix to Yae Miko Sakura mechanism. Sakura will now prioritize attacks on the nearest opponents within range after the fix. So I don't know if they have been testing her out without Constellation, what kind of testing they did, but the testing was having definitely some flaws. They said, although Yae Miko Sakura already included an enemy prioritization mechanism as part of its targeting strategy in version 2.5, the end result was still that the targeting was impossible to control. Hence, we added some logic to prioritize nearby enemies to make her attack logic clearer and easier to control. They said after coming up with the optimization plan, we updated the test server on March 1st and monitored the data for the 2-week period. Combat data indicated that the adjustments in this plan improves Yae Miko's unclear targeting issue to a certain degree, without creating any negative impact on her combat ability. Hence, these adjustments will be formally added to version 2.6 after the version update on March 30, including the optimization to Yae Miko. We will continue to gather everybody's feedback, implementation of these fixes, and monitor Yae Miko's combat data from the live server. If they conclude based on the player feedback and combat data that further adjustments are needed, they will inform travelers once again. What do people think about it? Didi said, this is a nerf and here is why. It removes spread of Electro aura, making her much worse in Electro charge teams. If the closest targeted enemy is a shielder, her DPS drops to 0, which can happen often. She no longer picks off-range enemies, which was one of her greatest strengths, effectively makes her C2 completely useless as the increased range is now wasted. People who roll for her should be mad about this, especially as she was already pretty bad before this nerf. And people who pay for her C2 especially, they essentially got scammed out of the money. Does the character balancing team even play the game? He cannot believe this level of incompetence from a billion-dollar company. And they even made a pretty interesting picture here. So basically the logic is very simple. This is Yae Miko, this is her Sakuras, this is the enemies before. This is Yae Miko now. Basically, shielders are healthy and enjoying their life. Targeting the closest enemy makes Yae Miko C2 completely useless. Revert the change, it is a nerf. Help, Yae Miko now does no damage if the closest enemy is a shielder. I myself tested this, and definitely if you're playing Yae Miko as a DPS character, many of us do play her as a DPS character, this is the problem you guys encounter in the open world. And let me tell you, I would like to play her in Spiral Abyss, and honestly, this kind of situation, it makes it really difficult. This guy said why, just why. Most of the feedback wasn't even about targeting, exactly. So, but about her animations being disgustingly long. Targeting was pretty low at the priority list of things Yae need to feel good. This guy said, do you all even know how your game works? OMG, reverted or refund C2. Her targeting system was never an issue outside of Dwalin, and War, I mean, he's right. So a lot of people are complaining about it, a lot of people are unhappy about it. I hope they're gonna buff her, that we feel that she's super powerful, because she is a main DPS character. We want her to feel good, especially in the Spiral Abyss and in the open world. She is a catalyst. She needs to deal damage outside a little bit. She's not a close combat character. So I hope that all of these negative comments regarding what they have been fixing is gonna be into impact very soon, and that in some future or next update we will see Yae Miko's buff. So that's it for this video, and tell me guys in the comment section, what do you guys think of Yae Miko, especially people that are playing Yae Miko, knows how Yae Miko works, and what do you guys think about it? And yeah, see you guys in my next video. Peace.